Good afternoon and good morning. Thank you so much for tuning in and joining us on this Thursday. What are we already? The 16th of September. Gosh, where's the week going? We are just about there at the weekend, but do you know what? We've still got a couple of days to go here on Crafters TV. So with it being a Thursday, let's dive straight in and tell you what we've got coming up today on this Thursday's Wake Up Call. So we are going to be having a look at what's coming up within the next show, and that of course is actually going to be another craft along. Debbie Robinson's going to be in with that fab craft along. I had a little bit of a peek as to what she's going to be doing, so it's going to be so much fun. You loved yesterday's, and I know that you're going to love this one. So that's 3 o'clock here in the UK, 10 AM Eastern Time, 7 AM Pacific Time. And then what we're going to do, it's Thursday, which means we're going to have a cartload, and we're going to have a very special Hunky-Dory Crafts cartload. That's going to be 7 o'clock here in the UK, 2 PM Eastern Time or 11 AM Pacific Time. All of which we're going to be having a look of right now within Wake Up Call. I'm not going to do it all by myself though. He's coming back for the last day together for the week anyway. We'll be back together next week for 4 days. But that is of course Joe. Joe's joining me again. Hey Joe.
How are you? Great to be back with you again, Craig.
You too.
Oh, we had a fun day yesterday, didn't we?
We did.
It was very, very busy. And another really busy day today. Loads coming up for you. There is of course a craft countdown coming somewhere today. Keep your eyes peeled. But the big news today for me, Craig, is that it's 100 days till Christmas. Can you believe it? Santa's coming!
I can't wait. Buzzing for that one. 100 days. 100 days to go. Get the Christmas songs on, the films on. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
When's too early to get Christmas? When can we put the tree up?
Oh, I always put it the last week in November.
Right, okay.
Always the last week in November.
1st of December for me.
Yeah.
Just because I get a real one, it gets a bit by Christmas otherwise.
Yeah. Yeah. When do you take it down?
The 27th.
What?
Yeah. When does yours go up? When does yours go down? That's what I want to know today in the comments. Crafters TV on Facebook, Crafters TV, a Crafters Companion if you are across on YouTube. Because it get a bit, if you have a real one, it just all drops, doesn't it?
It does.
And I'd rather have it up early than take it down late.
But yeah, true. Mine's is artificial, so mine stays up until, 12 days after.
Okay.
Which usually ends up being my mum's birthday.
Yeah, no,
So,
I'm ready for it to be gone by then.
Yeah. I know some people are like that. They take them down either the 26th or the 27th. Not me. I'll leave it till the last minute as possible, but I'll always put it up early, of course. But with it being Christmas, that's actually what we're going to be having a look at when it comes to our craft along with Debbie. And wait until you see these. If you've not seen them yet, these are our Big Scene Create a Card dies. This one is our Christmas Big Scene Create a Card pack, 6-pack collection. What you've got within here, although we say 6, it's actually 12 because each of them have an outline die to go with it. This is $79.99 here in the UK, $99.95 for you guys stateside. That is the today's price, but platinum is £63.99 or $99.95. Platinum price comes, did I just say? I've just confused myself as to what I said a minute ago. I'm going to go right back. Did I say platinum price twice? I think that's what I did. Right, today's price here, $79.99 or $99.95. That is the today's price. But platinum price comes down to £63.99 or $79.96. This is where you have got your 6 sets. However, within each pack, you're getting 2 dies because you've got the decorated die and you also have the outline die that's going to cut in or cut out of your cardstock. We're going to be having a look at this first and foremost within Wake Up Call, but this is your opportunity to get your hands on them. If you have not seen them before, maybe you have seen them but the time just wasn't right for you to get your hands on them, then maybe today within Wake Up Call or Craft Along you might think, do you know what, I'm going to go for that. If you have got them, well, you can go across onto social media and check out our Crafters Companion Facebook page, as well as Debbie's, and you'll get the shopping list as to what you're going to need to be crafting along with her. 3 o'clock here in the UK, 10 AM Eastern Time or 7 AM Pacific Time. So we've gone from launch day, then what we're going to do, we've gone from craft along, and then we are going to have a look at what's coming up within Cartload. And this one here, this is our Aqua marker 48-piece complete collection here. Now you've got your 4 sets here, but within each one you're getting 12 colours that all complement together Today's price is £58 or $75, but check out that platinum price for all of these Aqua pens. £46.40 or $60. These ones here are what I'm going to be using within my demos in the wake-up call with Hunky-Dory in a moment or two, but Debbie will also be having a look at these within the craft along too. So that is your Aqua pens. So we're going to go now from Aqua to Hunky-Dory. Now we're going to be having a look at what's coming up within our cart load. This is, now cart load is usually things that you may have seen before, and that is going to be the case within today's cart load when it comes to Hunky-Dory, but we've also got a few items that you've not seen before, including these ones. These are the For Love stamps. This is the collection with 38 stamps. Now today's price is £20 or $30. Platinum price is £16 or $24. These are brand new today, but you're getting them at cart load prices. So these ones here are for your Love Stamp selection that is coming to you from Hunky-Dory Crafts. We're going to be having a look at them within Wake Up Call as well, and this is where we're going to get creative using our Aqua pens that we showed you a minute ago. So that is with those stamp sets, but then what we're doing is we're sticking with Hunky-Dory and we're having a look at another brand new item from them, and this is all about the little angels. This is the Little Angel collection with the topper, the concept card, inserts, paper and more. That more means adorable scoreable. £35 or $53, £28 platinum, $42.40. Do you know something? For a collection that we've not had on Crafters TV before, this is brand new to us, Little Angel, where you're getting the toppers, you're getting the concept, you're getting the inserts, you're getting the vellum, and you're getting that adorable scoreable that complements that collection for that incredible cart load price. That is a winner for sure. What I want you to do though, with it being a Thursday and of course cart load, is definitely the day to shop ahead. Go across onto our website, crafterscompanion.co.uk.com.eu. That is the place to go. Shop the show. What I would say, and it's a huge thank you to Hunky-Dory Crafts, who have managed to find in their warehouse a few collections that we sold out of, one of which is Everlasting Memories, and they were very lovely, and they have given what they had to us to bring to you on cartload. So once that is gone, that is it gone. So we managed to get a few of these items through. So this is why it's worthwhile checking out the website as early as you can, get them checked out, and you know they're secured and on their way to you. So whether it's going to be Craft Along with Debbie and Joe, 3 o'clock here in the UK, 10 AM Eastern Time, 7 AM Pacific Time, or it's going to be our cart load with myself and Joe, all about Hunky-Dory Crafts, 7 o'clock here in the UK, 2 PM Eastern Time, 11 AM Pacific Time. We've got die cutting, we've got stamping, we've got colouring, and we've got card making when it comes to the Hunky-Dory collection. Something for everyone. That's what I'm thinking today, Joe.
Absolutely, all bases covered today. Loads of you tuning in from all over the place today. We're a very international bunch. Adriana's in from San Antonio saying hi. Sam's in Darlington, just down the road. Lynn's in from Essex, of course. Mariah is in from New York too. Suzette Suze is here. Rosalind, our social media superstar, is the lovely Kiwi. Also, yes, Cheryl's in a very wet and soggy Seward, Alaska. Marisol's in Brooklyn. Karen, I think we've got a new country, Craig. I think we've done it. I think we've got a new country. Karen says, good evening from New Zealand. Karen, ooh, have you watched us before? Is this your first time saying hello? Susan says hi. She is in the sunny southeast. Sabrina's in Texas. Barbara is in New Jersey as well. A lot of you letting me know about when your tree goes up, when your tree comes down. Keep getting those comments in. But I need to tell you about this week's Get It, Got It Good. This week's Get It, Got It Good, of course, is a complete collection on the original A4 size Gemini plates. So you get 2 clear cutting plates, your plastic shim, your rubber embossing mat, your metal shim and your magnetic shim. So that does make it a full set. And you're also going to get the storage bag to keep them all nice and pristine in there as well. It did sell out. We restocked it, but I have just been informed we don't know if it's going to last the rest of the day, the Get It, Got It Good. So if you've been thinking about it, get it, got it in your basket before it's Get It, Got It gone, or you won't be feeling Get It, Got It Good about it. You'll be feeling got it, missed out, upset about it. something like that. Yeah, a lot of people talking about their trees and when they go up and when they come down. Jamie's saying theirs goes up the day after Thanksgiving, which will be the 26th of November this year. Vicky says my tree goes up 12 days before Christmas and comes down when the hubby goes back to work on the 4th or 5th of Jan. Sabrina's says I normally have my tree up November 1st. Early doors and down on the 2nd of January. Barbara's a bit scared about the fact that it's only 100 days till Christmas. She's a little behind on her card making there. Samantha's tree goes up on the 1st of December and down on the 27th when the visitors have left. Exactly the same as mine. Me and Samantha, Askey, we are tree twins, Craig.
Yeah, I wonder if there's any tree twins like me putting them up at the end of November. There's a reason as to why. I told the story last year. I'll tell you the story later on. It's to do when I worked in retail. Always put my tree up at the end of November. Tell you that near the time. But here we go. Let's have a look and see what we've got coming up in Cartload once again. Cartload, craft along, first of all. I'm getting ahead of myself. Christmas, big scene, create a card pack, six-piece collection. Oh gosh, I already know where this day's going to go, I can tell you. 6-piece collection. So you've got 6 sets, but within each pack you're getting 2 dies. You've got the decorative die as well as the outline die. Now, today's price being £79.99 or $99.95. Already get that good saving on the usual price, but platinum, that's going to come down more to £63.99 or $79.96. And why are they called the Christmas Big Scene Create a Card Collection? Because they do exactly that. They're big, they're a scene, and they create a card. One pass through the Gemini or any other die cut machine you've got, and you will be able to create really quick, really simple, but boy, really, really elegant cards with having the scene. Now, the way that they work is you've got your die. Again, you've got your 2 dies, the decorative and the outline die. Now, if you use both dies together, you will then cut out of your cardstock, and within this one here, jingle all the way, you can see that you've got that scene of Santa and the reindeers over the rooftop of the houses. You've got a church there as well, but then you've got the mountains in the back that could have the snow on them with the moon too. Or if you use the decorated die on its own, you can then do it into your card blanks, and maybe you want to use a bit of red in the back instead, maybe a bit of green. It's entirely up to you, but that is your card done. Maybe add a sentiment to it. You don't need to do much to it, but of course, as you know by now, with all you incredible crafters at home, you will go to town on the decoration if that's what you want to do. So that was the first one. We've got Christ is Born within this one. So all of them exactly the same concept, whereas if you use them both together, they're going to cut out. But if you cut into your card, this is how it's going to look into the card blank. They are 5x7, but you don't need to cut them as 5x7. You can go bigger if you want, including your big card blanks. We've got Deck the Halls here. This is be a nice one to paper piece little selective parts, maybe like the fire within the fireplace, maybe some of the stockings that are hanging at the end, or the curtains that are just curling down at the side. You could be doing that. But then what we've got, and this is actually what we're going to be having a look at in a moment, is the winter stags. Now this could easily be autumn, and it could be winter, could be the springtime as well, depending on the colours that you use. But get that faux snow involved that you've got at home from Sarah's Signature, or even just from Winter Watercolor Collection, if you want to come in with them. Did you hear that beep?
Yeah, I did.
That might be a little bit of a tease as to what I'm going to be doing in a minute. You never know. But what we've then got is Christmas Angel as well. Exactly the same idea, but in this one you've got it the other way. So we've got our angel cut into the cardstock, then we've got the angel cut out, and again this is how the die is. And then we've got our jingle bell. So once again, in the other direction here, look at the detail that you've got. Not only just in the bell, but within that ribbon bow at the top here with the little berries, stars as well, just popping out. So that is the 6 pieces that you're getting, but you can then create some of the most gorgeous cards, maybe some of the projects, maybe some boxes, frames, lots of different ways that you can use them. because if you use it without the outline die, this is where you can come into the top of your box lid. But then you're going to use them with your side steppers, you're going to do bits of your paper piecing, or cut direct into your glitter cards, which you can do. Add in your acetate, so that backdrop doing a little bit of watercolouring in the back with your either Aqua pens or use your Harmony Water Reactive and create that dome. Easel cards that you can be doing here. Look at that with the mirror card that's been used. This has been done in silver, but then using either your classics or your tri-blends, what you can do, Joe, is colour on top of that silver mirror card, and you're going to get that metallic look. But
funny because we don't think about using alcohol markers on mirror card.
I know, you do sometimes forget. With them being alcohol pens, it means you can easily colour areas like that, or products such as your gems or acetates or your cardstocks too. But then another one, double stepper here. But this is a mix between a shaker and a double stepper with our angel that we can see. Inking through all of the components, paper piecing again now with the angel, creating more of a scene colour-wise within the Bethlehem. Oh, I just call it Bethlehem, because that's what it is. Then a couple more just to show you. Going in with your colours, with your water reactive or maybe your pencils, doing your stenciling effect, and then what about, last but by no means least, creating your own little theatre card that you can see here.
That's cool, isn't it?
So snipping in theatre card, decoupage, you can then start to create all your own levels when it comes to these ones here. So this is what Debbie's going to be focusing on in Craft Along. So if I can get a moment or two, Joe, just to get myself sorted and set up, and we can get demoing with this set.
Lots of you, the jury is out with the trees. Marisol says mine goes up on the 2nd of December, comes down after 3 Kings Day. Oh, I don't know when that is. Our tree went up really early last year and I liked it, so I might do that again. I have Halloween decorations up already, says Terry Tom. Wowzers. Marcia is saying hello from Ohio. Ohio, Marcia. Mary Lee says the dynamic duo, aka the Hottie Scotty and Adorable Joe. Hi from a beautiful Colorado. Hello to you. Hubby, Susie says hubby does not allow the tree up before December. Pat says we always put our tree up day after Thanksgiving. Not sure this year. We have 2 new kittens that are little terrors. And this is the best one, Craig, that I've had so far. Gail says in the Philippines, Christmas starts September 1st. Christmas trees are up September 1st and stays up until the Feast of Epiphany on the first Sunday in January. So that's like 3 whole months, Craig.
That is so good. I might start to follow their lead. I thought it might follow their lead.
Yeah.
Do that. September. Oh yeah, because we're in September.
It'll be up. They're up now.
They're up now.
Yeah.
That's my weekend sorted. I
There
know
you
what
are.
I'm doing. Trees going up, for sure. Yes. Keep your comments coming in and we'll be having a look at them throughout the show. But let's have a look at these Big Scene Creator Card dies. We are going to have a look at the stag. So let's bring my set in here. Now what I'm going to be doing, you may have heard that beep a moment ago, which means I'm going to show you, got a right itchy nose, excuse me, right itchy nose there on the edge. So what we're going to do is we're going to use them with the foil press, because you can do that. You can foil them with the foil press, and we're going to make a really nice little gift box. So what I'm going to do is I am going to use my decorative die here. So what I'm going to do, bringing in my foil press, and I want to see, so my outline die might just fit. So what I'm thinking is if I use both of them together, and what will happen is I'll get a lovely foil design, but I'll also get a foil border as well. So that's what my thinking is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come to 14 seconds that you can see here, and that is because although this is a good sizable die, it's only the tip of the die cut pieces that we want to heat up. So in actual fact, it's not going to take long at all. So I'm going to use my outline die and my decorative die, excuse me. And what I'm going to do is for a little bit of texture, I'm going to use my watercolor card instead. I'm not going to do a wash of that with it, but I thought a little bit of texture is going to work really, really well. And I couldn't find any of my red papercraft foil, so I'm going to go in with a bit of the cerise. And all that I want to do is I want to make sure that I've got enough to cover my die, and it's the papercraft foil that I'm using. So I'm going to set all that to the side. I've got my carbon plate and everything all good to go. So what I'm going to do is let's pop my outline die on. I'm then going to put my decorative die on as well. I'm going to get that lined up, and then what I'm going to do is pop my carbon plate. We're going to press start. So that'll then do the countdown. That's going to heat up from the base all the way to the tips of the die cut elements. So instead of die cutting the detail, all of that will be nicely foiled. Fingers crossed anyway. So as that beeps. So what I can then do is I'm going to bring in my foil, and I'm being careful not to move my die as well as the foil, because it's just going to catch the width of it. Then what I'm going to do is if I layer that one over the top, then I can come back in with my carbon plate, and then I'm going to slide it out, and I'm going to run that one in with my junior. So that one's then going to come all the way through. So that's going to give us our cerise foil, so all that fine detail, that intricate detail, instead of being die cut, it will then be foiled instead. So I'm going to move these ones out of the way, and you can already see from up above that, fingers crossed, it looks like it's worked. An absolute treat. Look at that. The only thing it's not done is I've obviously moved it slightly, but look at all of that detail. All beautifully foiled. It's caught every single part, just not the edge where it's obviously been a bit too further down. But I'm still going to go with it, still going to use it. I can switch this off for now. So what I'm then going to do, Joe, is I'm going to come in. I've got 2 pieces of craft card, 10 inches by 8. I'm going to score an inch all the way around on the box and on the lid, and we'll create a box for our image to go on.
Amazing. Loads of people chatting away with us. So Lynn says Three Kings Day is the 6th of January. Linda says we call Three Kings Day Epiphany, usually 12 days after Christmas. Is that normally when your tree comes down, 12 days after?
12 days after,
Is
yeah.
that right?
Yeah.
12 days after, yeah. I think I definitely like it down for New Year.
Do you? Oh,
yeah,
no, see,
it feels funny going into a new year with last year's Christmas tree.
Oh no, see, I like
why.
that.
Yes, lots of love for these creative card dies as well. Mariah says, love the fireplace creative card. Meredith loves the bells as well. Yes, remember that craft along coming up with Debbie. We had a great craft along yesterday. Did you see the project that Debbie made yesterday, Craig?
I did, yeah. How cool was that? I seen
Absolutely
as
awesome.
well.
Only took me a
loved it.
whole day to figure out how it actually works, Craig.
It's just magic, isn't it?
Do you know how it works?
I don't know how it works, no. No.
I'll explain it to you after the show.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. It took me all day to figure it out. If you missed that craft along yesterday, remember you can go back and watch it at any time over on the website. It was a very, very good one yesterday.
It was comments that I was seeing on Facebook throughout the afternoon and the night time, everyone saying how much they loved it. And the amount of you that, for whatever reason, you weren't able to craft along live, but what you've done is you've saved it, and you said that you were going to do it over the weekend, and you were going to do Christmas versions, you were going to do birthday versions. It's a fun way to give a little, gift card, or if you do give any money or a voucher. Such a fun way, instead of popping it into maybe just an envelope or something. It's a cool way of doing it. I know I'll be having a shot at some point as well. Like playing with the mind, being magic.
Joanne says, morning everyone, what a gorgeous group of cards. I have this set of die, but I've not used any of them yet. Oh, you must get them out. Maybe today's going to be the day, Joanne. Maybe join us for that craft along if you already have these. If you want to see all the things you need for the craft along, it will be up over on the Crafters TV social media page. Maybe we could share that with you as well in the show today, so you can get your bits and bobs all gathered and ready for that 3 p.m. show. So 3 p.m. in the UK, 10 a.m. if you are across on the East Coast. I'm very much looking forward to Cartload, Craig. Always one of my favourite shows of the week. But when it's I've been going through the items and seeing how great the deals are. It's going to be a very special one tonight, isn't it?
It really is. It is, and I completely agree with you. Apart from Wake Up Call, of course, Cartload is my favourite show. I absolutely love it. I love how fast-paced it can get, and how much you guys at home love seeing the deals that you can get, and it's just so much fun.
And
Always
also,
fun.
it's my last show of the week this week as well, so I'm usually a little bit sort of extra double giddy for the last show of the week. So we usually have a lot of fun.
We really do. We really do. But as you said, it's a nice mix because we do have a few new items at cartload prices, and we've got some items that are the best price yet. And as I touched upon at the start of the show, we managed to get a couple of elements from Everlasting Memories, Peony Promise. The other one, I'm going to give you a big tease right now, that Hunky-Dory have managed to give us a few extra. Animal Kingdom.
Nice.
So, if you have missed out on Animal Kingdom, go across. I would urge you to go across on the website now while you're watching us and check that one out if you've wanted that in the past, because there's not much of it. So thanks to them, we've been able to get some more. But here we go. So I've created my box here. So I've got my box lid and my box base. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back in with my foiled image. I'm going to come in with my guillotine. And when you do foiling on any of our creative cards or that, remember all this fine detail, it creates a resist effect. So if you did want to come along and do some watercolouring, you absolutely can do, because the foil is going to resist the ink. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim right up to the edge of my foil outline, simply because this side doesn't have one, because my cardstock came down a little bit too further than I wanted it to. So I'm going to then come in. So we've now got our foil design that we can see there. Then what I'm going to do is bring my red card. So as I said at the start, I did plan to use red foil, but I couldn't find any, so that's why I've got red card, red mirror. I'm going to give it a matte and a layer. And for this one, what I'm going to do, because of the size of the main image, this is why I'm using my matte and my layer with my guillotine. But what I am going to do is I'm then going to bring in my matte and layer dies, and I'm going to create a mini sort of pyramage, just with a couple. So what I can then do is let's bring in, I'm going to come in with that one, and then I'm going to come in with that one. So just the two of them. This one being 5 by 3, this one being 3 by 1 inches, and I'm going to secure them, die cut them, and then we can raise them with some foam pads.
Awesome. Norma says, Craig, are these actual foil dies?
So these aren't actual foil dies, these are our wafer thin dies. These are our normal die cutting dies. So it's something I always like to touch upon, is the fact that all of our wafer thin dies you can foil with. As long as they fit on the platform, then they will foil, no problem. But these are actually die cutting dies.
Awesome. Pat says, just received my Nature's Garden Autumn Blessings collection. Wow. Even more beautiful than it looked on TV. Going to start creating with it today. Oh, I can't wait to see what you come up with. Teresa has already ordered their Hunky-Dory cartload items. Do you know what? I think there'll be a lot of items, Craig, that don't make it to that show. Just because I know how low some of them are, aren't they? So definitely wise to shop ahead, especially for that later cartload show.
Completely agree with you, Joe, on that one, yeah. Because there's some little corkers, some little gems in the show as well. So what I'm doing is plastic shim, magnetic, and then our top plate. Georgina's just said there that you are already on the website. Not only are you already having a look at the Hunky-Dory items, you've already checked them out from your basket. So if you are, trying to think what else, if you've not seen the website yet, we've got some things for the men as well. There is one of the men's collections, we've got that within Cartload as well. So there's things for the women, things for the men, things for the animals, such as Animal Kingdom. So we've got a nice selection. But if you like your stamping, we've got stamps as well. And we've got some of Hunky-Dory's own die sets, which are they call them moonstone dies. We've got some of them on as well that haven't been seen before, some sentiments and that. So, as I say, worthwhile checking them out now, Joe.
Yes, absolutely. Get yourself over there. Maybe you'll be all right to wait to the end of this show, but then get yourself over there and have a look at all the wonderful things that are coming up. It's going to be a rather fabulous day. And then Friday, do we have a craft factor tomorrow, Craig?
We do indeed.
Ooh,
we do indeed.
Another exciting day. Bring your week to a close. Bring your week to a close in style tomorrow, which will be lots and lots of fun. Yeah, I'm back with you on... When am I back, Craig?
When are you
Tuesday.
back? Tuesday.
After today, yes, Tuesday. We've got 4 days again together next week, Craig.
So what we're next week?
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Well, I hate to tell you, I'm not in next Friday.
Oh.
So we've got 3 days together.
3 days.
3 days together, yeah.
I know who... I was informed as to who next week's craft along might be. I don't know whose this one is, so I can't comment, but I know who next week's one is.
Craft along or craft factor?
Craft... Did I say craft war?
You said craft along.
Craft along. Craft factor is what I meant.
I know who tomorrow is.
I know whose next week is, and it is going to be a giggle in the studio, is all I can say. I think it's...
Right, okay. No, okay, so I know tomorrow and you knew next week, so yeah.
There you go, between us, we're right.
That's going to be good. Looking forward to watching that. Oh, I might come in for that one then.
Mariah says, can't wait to get my matte and layer dyes. I always struggle with the cutting. There's been so much love for those matte and layer dyes. I don't know if they're still in stock, actually. Maybe Georgina's going to have a little check for us, see if they are still there. They've been so incredibly popular since they were launched. Craig, they're one of those things, once you start using them, I bet you can't stop.
No, I can't. I'm always thinking, right, how can I use them? Whether it's a matte and layer, whether it's for my sentiments, whether it's coming along creating a pyramided effect, lots and lots of different ways in which you can use them. And I think that's why so many of you have loved the idea of them too. That not only for your mattes and layers, if you do struggle with them, but the fact that you can use them in so many different ways. For instance, this way here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go right over the top. So this layer here I've done with 1 layer of foam pads. Now this one, to make that higher up, what I'm going to do is 2 layers of foam pads. So I'm going to go 1 and 2, and then I'm going to bring in another 2 here. Pop that one on, so that's going to make it a little bit higher into here. So then I'm going to then take this one, so that's the backing off here. That can then go into there. And then what we're going to do is leave it like that. If I had some ribbon or something, I would add maybe a little bit of a ribbon bow or a sentiment or something, but that gives you the idea of using your foils and your big scene creator cards. Look at that, isn't that lovely? And it's a bit of a play on the eyes as well. You've got that depth with the pyramid effect. But that is that one being used with the stag. You've got the 6 in total of the Christmas Big Scene Creator Card 6-piece collection. $79.99 or $99.95. But remember, if you are platinum, that's going to come down to $63.99 or $79.96. So although we highlight in pounds and dollars, you know, you guys across Central Europe, if you just go to your website, all 3 of them are crafterscompanion.co.uk here in the UK.com for you guys stateside, and for all you lovely lot across Central Europe, yours is .eu is the place to go. We are, of course, on Thursday. We're getting to the end of the week, so this is where you want to go on. You want to have a look at current downloads, or maybe Get It, Got It Good, and all these items before new things start to appear next week.
Absolutely. Susan's a bit confused about foiling the dies, Craig. She says, Craig, so the die cuts into the foil, then the card, then the foil press top plate. Thought you had to cut a card die, then foil, in order to not damage your plate. I think with a lot of people, Craig, it surprises them that a die cuts through the Gemini, but then when you use the foil press, it doesn't cut into the card stock.
Yeah.
How does that work?
Remember, it's not the die that's doing the cutting. It's the pressure that does the cutting. So if you come with your foil press, so what you would do is you would put your die facing up, so the die edge is facing upwards. Then what you would do is you'd bring the foil. So this is the foil bit that I used. So it's foil, and then it's shiny side facing up. Then it is your cardstock, and then it's your carbon plate. Now, this configuration, there is not enough pressure for the Gemini to push that die and cut into your carbon plate. It's all about pressure. It's been nicely balanced so that it's slight pressure enough for that die area to push the foil into your card and foil it onto your card. It's not enough pressure for that to cut all the way through into your carbon plate. So as I say, always remember, it's not actually the die that does the cutting, it's your Gemini, it's the die cutting machine that does the cutting on pressure. So that is why. So it's die facing up with your foil, shiny side facing down, and then it's your card with your carbon plate, and then you run it through.
Amazing. I hope that helps. Vicky says I have some moonstone dies in my basket. Such a bargain from Cartload. Teresa says I love Hunky-Dory products. I wasn't going to get anything, but the deals for Cartload are amazing. They really are. There's some incredible deals available in that later Cartload show. We're going to have a very, very busy one. We're going to have a little bit of like peace. Well, actually, I say we're going to have peace and tranquility. And with Debbie. Probably won't have either of those things. We're going to have a good old laugh during our craft along at 3, and then it will be, I'm thinking it's going to be an intense, fast-paced show a little later today. I want to share something else with you that is coming up in the shows today. Something that will perfectly complement your aqua markers that Craig showed you earlier. This is a really little collection of watercolor tools. So you've got 2 brushes in here. You've got an 8 and a 3, which is awesome. You've got your artist palette, you've also got your spritzers in here and your premium Spectrum Noir watercolor card pad as well. So you get all of that for, as you can see, $17.80 or $31.30, as you can see just there. Talking of all the Hunky-Dory items that are coming up, it's going so quickly, the Hunky-Dory stuff, that I need to give you a heads up on some of these. These ones are your last chance options here, last chances. So it's a 24-hour flash sale on the items I'm about to show you. It's your adorable scoreable pattern packs. It's a flourishing leaves in there. So it's 8 sheets, you get 3 of each, so there's 24 sheets in that one there. Then we've got all big blossoms, which is this one here. Again, 24 sheets in there. Under £4 or $6 for platinum members, it's amazing. Also, we've got the Creatures Great and Small. Again, another 24 sheet collection. Love this next one. It's like, did you see the new shirt I wore like the other week, Craig? That's what it reminds me of. I've got a shirt like that. Actually, do you know what? Maybe I'll wear that shirt to match the cardstock later. Who knows? You can grab those ones. They are the clouds, painted clouds. I love this one, the Sea Shanty, which is this one here. Really, really beautiful, nice dark tones there. As well. Right, we're going to take a moment, catch our breath. Whilst we do that, let's show you some of the antics that we get up to here at Crafters TV.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Quiet. The neighbours.
I'm all out of Zoom. I'm so lost without you. I'm not singing.
Lisa, if you email in, don't send a picture of your air fryer. Make sure it's something creative.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us, you give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
Joy, there's not a dry eye in the studio here. Debbie's welling up, I'm welling up.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV. Create every day.
Welcome to Club Inspire. the Crafters Companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Loads of information there for you. Laura May says, what is the difference between Matte-tastic and Adorable Scoreable? They are two different things, actually. Adorable Scoreable is the bendy ink technology, which is within the Adorable Scoreable. So it means when you score it and burnish it, you don't get any cracking or feathering. And then basically, it's either there. Hunky-Dory cardstock is either coated, so it has a coating, or it is Matte-tastic, which means it's basically uncoated cardstock. So Matte-tastic is for stamping on, maybe adding inks and colours to. It can be Matte-tastic and Adorable Scoreable together at the same time as well. So hope that helps. Sandra says, already bagged my cartload items. You guys, I'm worried we're just going to have 2 hours of just talking about the weather later, Craig, at this rate.
We might do, Joe. Who knows the rate that's going. But let's have a look at these. These are the little angels, something that Joe is every single day that he comes in here.
A little angel, always.
Little angel. But this is the little angel collection with the toppers and the background cards. You've got concept cards. You've got inserts. You've got your papers. The papers are actually vellums. And then you've also got your Adorable Scoreable. So as Joe explained a moment ago, this is the coated Adorable Scoreable. All of that, £35 or $53. But even although it's Hunky-Dory Crafts, even although it's a cartload, you still get your platinum price with that one, £28 or $42.40. And let's show you. There's such gorgeous, gorgeous cards that you can be making that the team at Hunky-Dory have sent in for us to show you. Now you've got, within this one here, this is actually been made using some of the vellum. Isn't it good? Well, I say vellum, it's actually parchment that you've got here. The images are absolutely gorgeous. So if you want to do your smaller cards, of course you can, but then you can do your 8x8s. They're all die cut, so if you are new to Hunky-Dory Crafts, all of the toppers, I'll explain that in a moment with my topper sheet, are all die cut, so all you need to do is pop them out. But then you've got cardstock that coordinates with the images. Now you can then pop them out, stick them onto your card, but then what you can also do is you can then come along and you can snip into them, you can trim them. Because you've got a little book from the little angels, that's going to be so good to use your nested dies or your matte and layer dies to create all your pyramage effects. But you've got the backgrounds for 7x7s with the toppers. You can go all big and you can go like your 10x6s. But then even with some of the other ones, you can do your twisted easels that we can see here. So play with all the different toppers. It's not just square ones that you get or rectangle ones. You get arches as well and some ornate shapes too. Now again, another 8x8. This is actually the topper sheet that I'm going to use in a moment or two. This is the concept that you get. So it is going to fold flat, but what you've got is it's more like a theatre card, but you've got your acetate, all comes included with the ribbon, all comes included, the foil frame, all comes included, even with the little bit on the back for you to then write your sentiment as well. And I'm pretty sure, I'm having a look at my pack, yes, as Hunky-Dory always do with concepts like these, you get your envelopes as well to pop them in. But that is even pyramage effect within the middle there.
It's cool, isn't it?
That's really cool, yeah. And if you are more experienced crafter, what you can then do is you can then start to use that on its own separately. You might want to use the frames on its own separately, the acetate in different ways, lots of different ways that you can use them. But then look at this one. This one is with another piece of the parchment that you can see here. Really, really simple mats and layers, and you can create these sorts of looks. This one here, more of a little bit of a domed effect, but with the parchment. Because with the parchment, and actual fact, we'll show you the full collection within Cartload, but before we go into this demonstration, what I am going to do is show you the parchment. Because it's not edge-to-edge imagery. Some of them are, but what some of them have got, let me just pop all that out the way. What some of them have got are in blocks. Now what I mean by that, if I bring some cardstock, I'll be able to show you better. For instance, this one here, show you from up above, what you've actually got is 3. So it's A4 in size, so you've got one that is A5, but then what you've got is you've got 2 of your A6 size. So you've got that cut down the middle. Then you do have more, so you get 2 of each. So if I bring in this one, so again, you've got them split into 3. So you've got your A5 and then you've got your 2 A6s as well. So you've got little fairies dancing about. So if you want to use them individually, you can, but you've got all these different color tones. So nice to pop onto a card blank, keep it very simple if you want. But then what we've got is we've got this one here, where you've got your larger image again, but then if I turn it around, you've got another 2. So full on angels and fairies, but not character type. You know, these are actual, it's like, oh no, what am I trying to say?
They are very like Renaissance paintings almost, aren't they? They are very bit like kind of the Sistine Chapel kind of
Exactly,
vibe.
Yeah, absolutely. Couldn't have said it better myself, Joe. They really, really are. But then what you've also got is you've got some that is full edge-to-edge designs that you can see here. So these are what you're going to be getting. I love this one, kind of that teal look that you've got there. So a nice mix when it comes to the parchment. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to use the parchment in conjunction with the demo that we're going to do. And what I've done is I've started to create my own card blank. Now I've used our white smooth stamping card, but you could do this with the adorable scoreable that you get within the collection. I've cut this to 6 by 8, and then on this one I've scored at 1/2 inch to create my card blank. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with my tape, and before I start to assemble the front, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in one of the inserts. Now the inserts are mixed. You've got some that have got the imagery that complements the background card. So for instance, there is an insert sheet that then complements your background here. But we've also got some pure edge-to-edge colours. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut another one, the same size of this, to go on the inside, and then we can then start to decorate the front as well.
Fantastic. Lots of people still chatting away with us, Craig. Any questions you've got about any of the collections? I know as well that there's so much in so many of these Hunky-Dory collections, aren't there, Craig, that people often have lots of questions. Joy says the artwork is absolutely gorgeous. Laura May, though, Craig, doesn't have any clue on how to use parchment. Any ideas?
So you can use them as wraps, you can use them as toppers in their own right. You don't have to always use them as wraps, as I said a moment ago. You can then chop into them. And if I then, like for instance this one here, this is actually one of the parchment sheets that's just been chopped down. So chop it on and then mat and layer onto some of your cardstock, and then that's a good way of using it as well.
Awesome.
But little wallets as well, nice way of using them for wallets, whether it's going to be for a gift or money. Decorate the surrounding of boxes, top of boxes.
Yeah, I actually think box lids sometimes look nice, you know,
Yep.
with like an aperture and a bit of a sort of vellum
That
layer in
would
there.
work. It really, really would. have a play about. You don't always have to use background cards. You can be using vellums as well if you want.
Laura May says they'd love to see a masterclass on how to use vellum and parchment. I think that's an excellent idea, don't you, Craig?
That'd be a really good idea, yeah. Really good idea. Something we could put forward to the team.
Absolutely.
That's for sure. But there's my insert. I always like to add my insert by the adhesive along the top, and that's it. So we get a free-flowing movement. So now what we're going to do is we're going to come in and we're going to start to do some matting and layering. And do you know what? Let's bring in my matting and layering dies as well to do this one. We're going to go in.
You can't do a demo without these now, Craig.
No, I know.
I know.
That's it. Hooked. You know, there will be times where I'll be using my guillotine, but then there's also times where I'm going to be using the matting and layering dies.
Well, they are in stock. They are getting quite low in stock, I'll add, the matte and layer dies. Go over to the website to see them. Obviously, we'll reorder them when they sell out, but it will be a wait of, I'd imagine, at least a couple of months to get them back in stock. So if you haven't got them yet, you'll be seeing them lots. So I would definitely suggest you grab them. And they're good value as well, aren't they, Craig? They're $14.99 in the UK.
They really are.
Or $12.99 in the UK, $14.99 in the US, something along those lines.
Considering the amount of things you can do with them, really are incredible value for money. So I used them, was it no, it wasn't yesterday, it was launch party. I used them on the foil press as well to create a few delicate foil borders. Loads and loads of ways. So what I'm going to do is run this one through. So that says the largest die. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come in with the next size down, and then I'm going to cut this one into our pattern papers here.
$14.95 in the US, $12.99 in the UK, I believe those dies. There are two different sets. You get your 6x6 and your 5x7, which is awesome. Anything else you want to know, get in touch with me. Crafts TV on Facebook, Crafts Companion over on YouTube. What are you going to do with your afternoon today then, Craig? Got a little break?
Yeah, so I'm going to do a little bit more prep on Hunky-Dory for cartload. This one I specifically didn't prep too much in advance because I knew that within wake up call starting and the remainder of the day, some of it might actually sell out by the time that the show came. So I thought I don't want to go and prep lots of bits and then I can't use them because you guys have bought them out. So once wake up call finished, we'll see what we've got on the website, see what we've got left, and we'll do some extra bits of prep before we come in and do cartload with you, Joe.
Awesome. Aish says that is a great idea for a class on vellum and parchment. Maybe we could add acetate into the mix as well for that. I think that's a wonderful idea.
That would work really well. Who would we need to speak to? Probably Erin, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Speak to someone. We'll get that
Maybe
done.
Emma next door.
What, sorry?
And Emma next door.
Emma next door,
Yeah.
yeah, we'll do that.
She's not called Emma next door. Her surname's not next door.
Not next door,
She
no.
just works next door in HQ.
Yeah.
Next door would be quite a good surname, wouldn't it?
It would be, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Emma next
Well,
door.
who are you? I'm John next door. I'm Joe next door. Meet Craig next door.
Emma next door, I like that, isn't it? What's your name? Emma next door.
Maybe we should call her that from now on.
She'll probably be like, why are you calling me
Yeah,
that?
she will. She won't mind though.
Of course she won't. Not at all. Now, because this card blank is bigger than 5x7, this is where I'm going to use my guillotine. And I've brought in one of the sheets of the parchment. So that's going to go right onto the back, still keeping that white layer all the way round. Then what I'm going to do is, this kind of peach colour is from the adorable Scoreable set that's within the collection. I'm going to layer that one on top of it here. So then what I'm going to do is I can then come along, going to come in with my topper sheet. So I think I'm going to go in with the oval ones. And this is what I was on about earlier on. If you are new to Hunky-Dory, these are all die cut. So they're all held in with tiny little pips. Now you can just pop them out with your fingers. I like to use my scissors to snip them out, just to give that nice clean edge. If you do pop them out with your fingers, what you could always do is go around the edges with a tiny little nail file or a tiny little sanding block or something, and then file away the little pips. But I'm working my way around These toppers with an inner frame as well, this is when they'd be good for shakers because you've got that framed element to it. So bringing in some of the acetate that you will have at home. But then let's find the remaining bit. And what I'm going to do is snip that all the way around, taking it out. These are also all die cut as well. So just snipping the little pips. And I'm not going to use this inner frame, but this is one that I could be using elsewhere to maybe frame one of the images from the little books. Could be doing that. But let's snip this bit here and then here. So I can take that off. What I'm going to do is then position that one into the middle here. But then we've got all of these borders as well, Joe. So we've got the borders, we've got some sentiments, and we've still got this full topper that will do another card as well. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this border for along the bottom here. So I'm only going to snip off what I need. So that can then go along. We'll neaten it up slightly better just shortly. But all that I'm doing, Joe, is having a play with the layout, seeing what looks good where I might want to cut into it, where I might want to chop into it, and see how it looks that way.
Excellent.
Let's go in with cherished
And
friend.
I think great thing about the Hunky-Dory collections, Craig, if you are new to crafting, it's so nice, isn't it, to just have everything done. You get that inspiration sheet in there as well, so that's even going to give you some pointers on the composition, the layout of your project too.
Yeah.
But then also if you are a really experienced crafter, what great stash builders these are. Break them down, you know, use the papers separately to the toppers, to the inserts. They give you so many options.
There's so many, there really, really is. Because then you come with the background cards and you can be using all of your dies as well. Use your embossing folders on them as well. So you can really have a good play with how you can change the look of your card with your dies or your backgrounds, embossing folders, lots of things. But pure and simply, quick, simple cards if you want them to be or go all elegant. So I'm kind of happy with that. I actually kind of like, so if I lift that up, I kind of like that shape along the bottom here. So I could go straight in to the middle there with the frame, or what I can then do is if I pop that up like this part here, that then I'm trying to think, yeah, I'm going to go with that. Happy enough with that at the moment. The topper, so cherished friends, I'm going to pop that to the top here, and then this little sentiment, what I'm going to do is pop on the inside. But all the Hunky-Dory's inserts, they are printable and also stampable, so you can stamp onto them or print onto them if you want to. So lots of different ways you can use them. Let's go in, add them into here. Do you know what would be good as well? I'm thinking as well, Joe. So if you go in with your little glitter pens or maybe your little sparkly embossing powders or that, you can start to draw in there because you can do heat embossing onto these because your toppers, these are 350 GSM, and then your background card and your adorable scoreable is the adorable scoreable is 350 GSM, your toppers are 300 GSM. So you've got good sturdy cardstock there.
Yeah, and also really fantastic quality as well. All as well, we should say, designed, isn't it? All designed and printed and manufactured in-house as well.
It is.
In the northwest of England. It's not actually that far from me. They're in Preston. It's about 40 minutes or so from Manchester, where I live. So yeah, that's why the quality is so absolutely bang on when it comes to Hunky-Dory. And you get such great value because they manufacture it all themselves in-house, which is awesome. Nice that we've got a good mix of products on the show later as well. Craig, some stamps, we've got some dies as well, which we don't always get, do we?
We don't, no. So we really do have a nice range. So if you like your paper collections, then obviously perfect, that's going to be good for you. But if you like your stamping, that's going to be good for you. If you like your die cutting, it's going to be good for you as well. So if you are a Hunky-Dory lover and you love all of their concepts of stamps, dies, etc., then you're going to have an absolute blast when it comes to cartload. Well, with whatever is remaining, put it that way.
Yeah, absolutely. But do make sure you shop ahead between shows today because, as we've been saying throughout, you know, I think we will lose certainly some of the items that are
I think
coming
so.
up.
Yeah, I think so. Because there's some of them, the returning favourites, we've only got a small quantity of. And that's thanks to Hunky-Dory giving us what they've got. But keeping with the pastel and the green tones here, and I find that teal works really, really well at the backdrop from the parchment. Or should have stuck that one on first. Let's trim this one to neaten the bottom. And then, what was that matte layer again? I can't remember which one I used. 4.5. So let's trim this at 4.5. And you've always got that accent foiled as well. So you've got accent foil on either your background as well as your toppers and also your borders as well. But I'm going to pop that one up or down to the bottom here.
Gilmore's struggling to comprehend that it's Thursday already. Where has the week gone?
Where has it gone?
Where's the year going? Where's the month going? We were saying, it feels like about a minute ago, Craig, we were saying we couldn't believe it was September already.
I know.
Now it's the 16th of September. The 16th, 10 days to my birthday.
Exciting. Are you doing anything for your birthday?
Just a little get-together in Manchester. Just going to go for a little roast dinner with some friends in town, and then it's well, maybe a roast dinner in town. It is actually the Manchester Food and Drink Festival this weekend and next weekend, and I'm in town both weekends. So maybe we're going to meet there. They have like a festival hub in some gardens in the city centre, Craig.
Right.
With lots of really gorgeous street food vendors and markets and stuff. So maybe meet there.
Yeah.
And go for a couple of casual Sunday afternoon beers with friends. I think that's about it, really. Something nice and low-key.
What a lovely way to spend
hopefully
it.
the sun shines.
And I've heard of that before, the what you were just on about there,
Manchester Food and Drink Festival, yeah.
I've heard of it before and heard it's really good and really popular.
Yeah, it's really, really popular. Yeah, it's usually only over one weekend, but it's over 2 weekends. And they also do lots of different sort of fringe events as well. So 2 or 3 restaurants will come together, Craig, and we'll do like a supper club, but it's like the head chefs from 3 different restaurants. They design a menu together and deliver it, and they will like do that in collaboration with like a wine producer or a brewery that provides the drinks. So there's loads of like little cool stuff going on with that.
Yeah.
And then they're having Manchester's biggest ever chippy tea one night. So it's at the at the Food and Drink Festival Hub, they're having fish and chip shops from all over Manchester all getting together, and they're all having stalls. And you can get, they've got like different menus and there's seafood options, and yeah, it's really, really cool. It's a really cool festival. We're really lucky actually in Manchester to have lots of awesome things going along. Kiwi, our social media superstar, is in Manchester next weekend. Come along, Kiwi. Sunday, Manchester Food and Drink Festival. Yeah, I'll buy you half a lager. Only a half. I'm not made of money. Just not made of money.
Just a half and no more. Half and no more. Oh, I'm hungry now. Absolutely
me too. What you got for your lunch, Craig?
I've not got anything with me because after wake up call I'll head home for a few hours, so I will get something then. So nothing just yet. But what I'm doing here is I'm actually taking some of this satin ribbon that you get within the concept suite of this collection. So pinching a little bit from that, so you're getting all of that as well. And to finish off, I'm going to add this bow down. I think I might go down at the bottom. So I'm going to snip and then snip. Let's make that a bit shorter. And then, yeah, let's go there. And we've got, let's have a look. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Where's my glue gel? Here we are, underneath. I'm going to add this with a tiny bit of glue gel into the bottom. If I had gems or that, I would maybe add a few on, but there we go. Really nice card. I would come along, make an envelope with my Ultimate Pro, my envelope box maker, and then there we are. We've got our card with the Little Angel collection. So within that one there, part of the Little Angels collections with the topper, concept, cards, insert, papers and more. That including that little book, which seems to be on its side, but that does come included, 5x5, £35, $53. £28 if you are platinum, or $42.40 if you are platinum for you guys stateside as well. We'll be having a look at that in more detail within Cartload.
Right, I want to give you a heads up on some stuff that I really don't think is going to make it to the later show. So I'm going to go through it now. It's on a flash sale for 24 hours. However, I don't think it will make it. So you've got 40% saving on these, which is amazing. So first one I'm going to start with is the Duo designs. Now these are great because they have two different styles of cardstock, or paper I should say, in the one pad. So it's 150 GSM. Really nice weight for decoupage, not decoupage, sorry, mats and layers. And what you've got is on one side you've got the terrazzo chic, which is this one here, and then on the other side you've got the spackle. So it gives you two different options, but they're all in the same different the splendid speckle. You've got them in the same different designs. I think I did say my mum would call that a spackle. Spackle, I'm not sure. So that's what you've got. So it's almost like marble on one side, and then that sort of really nice speckle effect on the other side. So that's your first one. Next one we've got is Cottage Garden and Beautiful Burlap, which is this one just here. Really lovely. They've got like a textured print on the one side, on the burlap side. Very, very summery. Nice floral imagery all the way through here as well. Again, not sure these will be featured in the later Cartload show because they are very, very light. It's your last chance on a lot of these. Then what we've got is duo tones. Now these are brilliant because what you've got is two different colour families. Two different colours. So one side is your burnt sienna, and then the other side is your apricot burst. So let me show you that. And then what you've got is graduation in colour. So it works in a light tone all the way through to the darkest tone, which is fantastic. So great if you want to do mats and layers, and also great if you want to do... You just saw me wave there. I waved because Ben's the other side of the window, and I thought you couldn't see me waving, but you could see me. You could see me waving. Yeah, he's over there. I don't know. He's back tomorrow. You have to come and keep him company. What you've got in here is 8 of each of the 6 different double-sided tones. So 6 tones graduating all the way through, which is awesome. Next one for you is the Rich Velvet and Rosewood, as you can see here. Really, really beautiful. Really lovely tones. Again, I know a lot of you love those pinks and those purples there, which is excellent, so do grab those. We've also got French Blue and Forest Fern, which is this one here. Love this, really gorgeous tones here. We're seeing a lot of darker tones around at the minute, especially in Christmas crafting. I think this might sit really nicely alongside that one. Then we've also got intense espresso and honey. Espresso and honey, sounds like a bar, doesn't it, Craig? Sounds like a really good cocktail bar. And again, really nice tones, quite warm, the honey. Like a warm sort of, almost like a warm mustard, which is quite nice, which sounds weird, describing honey as mustard. Although they do go very well together. Who fancies a picnic? Maybe a teddy bear picnic. Then you've got this one just here, which are all of these double-sided sheets, as you can see. Really, really fabulous. All of these, of course, flash sale, last chance, 40% off, which is excellent. Right, Craig, what we got next?
So we are sticking with Hunky-Dory, and we're going to bring in our Aqua pens as well. So we'll have a look at the Aqua pens first of all. So with these ones here, these are what Debbie, she's also going to be using them too, I believe. But this one being the Aqua Marker 48-piece complete collection. Now within these ones you've got 4 sets. Within each set you're getting 12 pens, but you've got brush nib and you've got a real fine nib as well. Platinum price £46.40 or $60 for you guys stateside. With these being water-based, these means that you can do your watercolouring, you can do your backgrounds, you can do kind of like your resist backgrounds, your on top of embossing powders, which is actually what we're away to do in a moment or two. Lots of fun ways that you can use them, either with a water brush or paintbrush and water, or if you've got a clear sparkle overlay, another good way in which you can use them. So I've got a little swatch here with all of the colours, this one being the primary set here. So this is where, with again being water-based, this means that you can pull and drag the colour out. So you've got your scarlet, your crimson, your burgundy, your orange, your gold, your yellow, aquamarine, teal, navy, purple, magenta and red, violet. Then when it comes to the essentials, so within the essentials there we've got our peach, our spice, terracotta, tan, chocolate, sepia, lime, olive, moss, slate, charcoal and then black. Then we've got the florals. So within the florals here we've got our begona, we've got our rose pink, blossom, marigold, jasmine, sunflower. We've got our meadow, bud green, leaf green, orchid, heather and wildflower. Last but not least, the nature. We have got our sunset, our amber, our chestnut, our fawn, our desert or dessert?
How many S's?
One.
Desert.
Desert, topaz, evergreen, sea green, kingfisher, peacock blue, marine or boulder. Dessert and desert are the two that I don't think I will ever remember which one's which. Don't think I'll ever remember it. So I'll just keep saying both.
I think it's all right. You can get them confused.
Do you think?
It's a good job they're not similar. Good job they're like a similar thing. Can you imagine?
Try to eat a desert.
If it was like, if dessert was called dessert, but then main course was called desert, and then that'd be a nightmare, wouldn't it?
That would be a nightmare.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
You'd always be getting a crumble instead of your main, and then steak and chips for afters.
Looking forward to your roast dinner and apple pie turns up. Yeah. Wouldn't want that at all. But here, have a look at some of the colouring techniques that you can do when it comes to your aqua pens. If it's going to be your smaller images, then you can do, but if you've got bigger layers, if you've got big backgrounds that you want to colour in or add little accent detail, you can. Because you can do the washes with them as well, you can get lots of heavy tone if you go into your finer parts. But with doing your backgrounds with the aqua markers, another one again with the background that you can see here. Laugh a little every day.
A lot every day, I say.
Well, certainly
you can't laugh too much.
Really, really do. So here's just a few things that you can do. Something along the lines is what we're away to do in a moment or two. This is where you do your stamping and heat embossing with either white or clear, and that's what's going to give it a resist effect. So what we're away to do is we're away to use one of the brand new stamp sets that we've got, brand new to us at Crafters TV from Hunky-Dory, and this is Dotty About You. 6x6 stamp, but you've got a few other elements too, and you've got all these wavy dots. So I am going to take this one off. Now what I'd be inclined to do as well, because you've got all these dots within them, Joe, I'd be inclined to come along with my gems and pearls, start to pop some within these ones too. I think that would work well. Maybe you've got your liquid pearls or anything like that, you could start to use them. But I'm going to come in, and what I'm going to do is using my 8x8 stamping platform, I'm going to come on with some watercolor card, and what I'm going to do is use my pure white pigment ink pad. I'm going to use my white embossing powder. I'm going to stamp, do heat embossing, then we can do a bit of a colour wash using our aqua pens.
Sounds awesome. I also love the name of the Hunky-Dory stamps. For the love of stamps.
For the love of stamps.
For the love of stamps. Remember, these will be coming up, of course, in that 7 p.m. Cartload show a little bit later today. 7 p.m. if you're in the UK, of course, but 2 p.m. for East Coast, 11 a.m. for West Coasters. A lot of love for the paper pads. Laura Jones says that my shirt matches one of the paper pads. I think you're right, Laura. Which one is it? Is it that one there?
There is one that looks similar.
Yeah, it is this one, isn't it? There
you
we
would
are,
get
look.
away with wearing a few of them.
I mean, bit of belly there. I'd love to be able to tell you that that was on purpose, but that would be a fib.
What, showing the belly?
So, sorry?
Showing the belly?
Oh no, that definitely was not on purpose, let me assure you. Wearing the matching shirt, of course. No one needs to see a bit of belly at what? Where are we now? I mean, it's like just after 8 a.m. on the East Coast. Some people are eating their porridge, Craig, it's all they need.
True. So I've gone over the top with the pure white. I could use the translucent clear, but the reason I'm using the pure white and the white embossing powder is so that we can make it really white. So making it as intense as we can when it comes to the white, so that's why I've done that. So I'm going to stamp. So what I'm going to do is press, and I'm going to go in and I'm going to give this another coating because I really want to get that embossing powders to stick.
And Mary Lee says, Craig, both Mary Lee and Joy, different ways for you remembering dessert and desert, Craig. Joy says, Craig, try to think of dessert coming with extra calories so it has an extra S. And Mary Lee says, Craig, it's easy to remember if you think dessert has 2 S's and you'd want more dessert, therefore it has more S's. There you are.
Yeah, makes sense. That does. Having a read again as well what you've just said. You think dessert has 2 S's and you'd want more desserts. Yeah, okay, could remember that way. I'll probably forget, Joe. I'll probably forget. Forget.
I'll still forget, to be honest. I mean, it took me all day to work out how that wallet works, so there's no hope me remembering how many S's are in dessert or desert.
Oh gosh, brilliant.
I mean, it does change the concept, doesn't it? It changes the context. Context.
It does.
I give up. I'm not going to make that point.
I think I know where you were going though.
I can't talk. But you imagine, like, the film Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. Imagine if it was Priscilla, Queen of the Dessert.
Dessert.
Totally different film.
Totally.
You know, imagine Desert Storm was Dessert Storm. Totally different. Totally different meaning.
I know. Totally different. Right, what I am doing, this ink pad that I'm using is obviously quite not juicy enough and it's not sticking. So, I need to do that bit again. Let's just check once more time. Nope, that's not sticking. So what I'll need to do is go and get, what have we got underneath? Oh, this would do. Oh, Frosted Jade. Yeah, let's go for Frosted Jade. Let's do that.
Imagine the film, there's a film called Desert Wind. Imagine that being called Dessert Wind.
Dessert Wind.
Completely changes the context, Craig.
Completely. That completely changes it, doesn't it?
Fugitive Nights, Danger in the Desert. Completely changes it if it's Danger in the Desert.
It would be quite funny though, wouldn't it? Some of the changes that it could be.
Yeah. Lost at Desert. Imagine that. Lost at Dessert. It's like, you know, the dessert counter on a cruise. I think we should work on some of these. I think we should parody some of these.
I think we should. See, I'm going to go home now and thinking of a few others. Try to see what I can come up with.
Desert Warrior, Dessert Warrior. I'd be that's me, Dessert Warrior. There we are.
Dessert Warrior.
Anyway, enough of that.
See, I'm not good at thinking of stuff like that on the spot.
Oh no, I've just googled films with just desert in them.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Oh yeah, don't think don't give me the credit for that, Craig.
Okay.
That's what Google's for. We don't need to have, you know, amazing memories now. That's what Google's for.
I don't feel as bad now. Don't feel as bad. Yeah, I'm never good at thinking on the spot.
Yeah, a lot of people saying about wanting 2 of your desserts, so therefore 2 extras. I thought the extra S was for sweet, says Anne. Cindy wants to know what is the paper weight of that paper? These ones here, the duotones, they are 150 GSM, so slightly lighter weight than our 12x12 printed papers.
Yeah, nice range of cardstock and paper weights from Hunky-Dory. Nice range. Here we go, this one's better, so sticking our embossing powder to the card. So let's pop that to the side. Then what I'm going to do is let's find my heat tool, it's all plugged in, which we are, wonderful. So we're going to melt this, get this to temp, and then I'm going to come in, and then as soon as it starts to melt, I'm going to move it. And you will start to see it slightly, but with it being white on white, it's going to become more apparent shortly when we do a colour wash. But we're going in, just like the waves with the little dots in here. That's why I'd be inclined to use some of my gems or pearls and pop them in. but work our way along. This is watercolor card that I've done this onto because we're going to do that wash in a minute, as I say. But as soon as it melts, all that I'm doing is moving the heat tool, not staying on too long, moving it along until it's all melted.
You seen Jan's heat tool, Craig?
Sorry?
You seen Jan's heat tool?
Jan's heat
Yeah.
tool? I've not, no.
It's totally silent. Silent. It's like she's
Oh,
not
she got
plugged
one
it
of
in.
the quiet ones.
It's totally silent, yeah. You can't hear it whatsoever. It's like she's pretending to heat emboss. It's like, well, I'm just going to dry this.
I know that there is a really quiet one out there. Maybe
She's
need to
had it
look
for
at
years,
that.
apparently. We're always winding her up about it.
It was what, sorry?
We're always winding her up about it.
How quiet it is.
Yeah, we always saying that she's just pretending to dry things.
Oh, do you? Is that what you say to her?
Yeah, just because she's just feeling a bit of time. She's going to pretend to heat emboss something.
She's not doing anything.
Yeah.
Is it that quiet, is it?
So, yeah, you can't. On the other side of the studio, you cannot hear it.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
That's
She made me put my hand under it last time we worked together just to check it was working.
You're joking,
I couldn't
really?
confirm it. Definitely works.
Definitely.
Definitely works.
So now that I've done that colour wash, what I'm going to do, colour wash, heat embossing, on my way to do a colour wash, I'm going to trim it slightly. So I have, let's come down, so what was that? So I'm going to come down 1/2 inch all the way round. So I'm going to have a 6x6 square. So let's take these ones off. And then what we can then do is come in with my Aqua pens. So I've gone in with, what colour have I got here? Rose Velvet. So I'm going to then go in, I'm going to then bring this one here. So what we'll do is I'll just do this bit and then we can do a demo of the show.
Awesome.
So what we can do is let's bring in my water brush, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to water this down. Let's bring this in, and then I'm going to go over the top.
Oh, that looks amazing.
And then what
It's
happens?
almost like barbed wire, isn't it?
It does, it does. You know, if you were to do that with the black or the grey or something, yeah, you'll get that effect, that barbed wired effect. But then what I can do is I'm going to go in with some more, and I'm going to go into a dry area, not where I've wet my glass mat. I'm going to do it again. Let's water it down even more. And then I'm going to come up to the top and the bottom. And then I can start to add a little bit more depth if I want. And then just quickly, let's do it just a little bit more so that we can go a little bit deep in colour towards the top. Let's do a little bit of deep colour towards the bottom. You would then let that dry, but what I'll do is set it to the side for a second or two while we bring in the demos that we've done. Usually I wouldn't waste this, I'd come on with my cardstock, but we don't have that luxury of time. But let's come in with these two so far that we've done using our first one. So number one that we've done using our Creator card, Big Scene Creator card dies. That's coming up in it's coming up in Craft Along, couldn't think of the word. So number one or number two?
Number one.
Number one.
Number two.
Or number two.
Better with, better without.
But
Better with,
your eyes checked.
better without. Clearer with, clearer without. It always reminds me of that. I don't know why, getting an eye test. Yeah, Crafts TV on Facebook, Crafts Companion over on YouTube. If you want to vote, go do that now.
So what I'm going to do is I would leave that to dry a bit longer. Either leave it at room temperature to dry naturally, or of course use your heat tool. But what I'm doing is I'm going to go over the top with the kitchen roll. And all that that's doing is that's taking off any of the excess colour that is on that emboss, that heat emboss. Because it's a non-porous surface, some of the colour will just sit on top. And then I'm going to come in with a bit of blue. So you can see even the blue against the pink, how well that works. I'm going to come in, again at this point I wouldn't necessarily add my adhesive just yet. I'd wait on the cardstock drying, but let's go in with it. I'm going to then stamp that on onto the front of a card blank. Now we've got a number of new stamps from Hunky-Dory on Cartload tonight. But what I'm going to do is, if I pop that in, the most quick and simplest card, I'm going to bring in a piece of white card. I'm going to come in with the congratulations. And what I'll do is I'll stamp this in black because I don't have time to do heat embossing. But I'm going to bring that in. Let's pop that there, that there. Let's stamp that one in. Let's take off this one. And then I'm going to come in with, if I had time, I would come in with maybe a blue, but let's just use our black for the sake of time. Stamp this one, give it a good coverage. I've got something stuck on my pad there. Let's go in, stamp, press, take that away, trim it down slightly, but then we can always just go along the bottom.
Nice.
Something relatively quick, simple, but then we've done that colour wash, we've used the stamp as well, maybe quick dry blue that I would use, but do you know what, the black still works, maybe a banner with the blue as a matting layer, but hey ho, that's a nice way of showing how you can do your colour washes.
Now, Craft Along's next show, of course, it's coming your way, 3 p.m. in the UK, 10 a.m. East Coast time. I want to run you through the shopping list, actually, of what you're going, well, shopping list, your sort of requirements for you joining in with us. Here they come. So, what you've got, of course, a credit card die set, Christ is Born. You've got your matte and layer dies. Obviously, you'll be able to use a guillotine there, I'd imagine, instead. Gemini Scoremaster, white stamping card and watercolor card, some Aqua pens, a red liner tape, spray and sparkle, an ink dauber, sparkle pen, glycerin, optional there, of course, for you as well. And then, is that everything you need? Excellent, 1 page. Keeping it simple today, Craig. Demo of the show, a landslide, apparently, Craig, for number 2.
Number 2, Hunky-Dory. There we go. Coming up from Little Angels, which is part of the, I keep saying craft along when it's not a craft along. What is it? Cartload, that's the one. What day is it? Thursday?
Thursday, all day.
Thursday.
Yeah, all day.
All day today,
Thursday,
Thursday.
all day, yeah.
Right, here. There we go. So there we are. That's going to go up against Debbie and then myself for demo of the day today. But talking about Debbie, you've just gone over the craft along, haven't you?
Yeah.
It's craft along.
I mean, we could do it again. Do you want to go over it again?
No, we better not.
Sure?
Yeah.
Oh.
We better not.
Okay.
Let's go over what we do have got coming up today show-wise. Craft along, obviously. 3 o'clock here in the UK, 10 a.m. Eastern time, 7 a.m. Pacific time. And then we will be back. I don't know if I'll be on form by later on.
I think you will.
Fingers crossed I will be. He won't be because he'll just be in day off mood. So if you're day off mood and me just not quite on form, this is going to be a fun one. It's going to be a fun show for sure.
I might have an extra coffee before the show as well.
Do it.
Yeah.
Let's both have one.
All right, let's. Amazing. Maybe we even have sugar in it. Ooh.
Ooh,
wild.
Have a biscuit as well.
Oh, yes, please.
Let's do it. That's going to be 7 o'clock here in the UK, 2 p.m. Eastern time or 11 a.m. Pacific time. We're going to be having a look at the Little Angels as well that we've just, well, that is actually one demo of the show. A couple of items that are brand new, such as the stamps we showed you, as well as some of the Moonstone dies. We've got some items that have still been on our website for a wee while, but the best price yet, and we managed to get some items, thanks to Hunky-Dory Crafts, that we did sell out, but what they've done is very kindly given them to us, so once they are gone, they are gone. Best price yet, so 100% absolutely take the opportunity, now that Wake Up Call's just about to finish, head across onto our website, crafterscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu. Shop ahead of the show, so whether you're going to go in right away and have a look at the craft along segment of the show and bring up the products there, have a look, see what's there, or you are, again, I highly advise you to go across, have a look at Cartload and check out some of these items that you will see that once they are gone, they are 100% gone. The reason I say that, and the reason I'm sure is that, because we've got some new and exciting Hunky-Dory stuff coming up over the coming weeks and months. So we need a bit of room of that when it comes to the warehouse. So lots of good things coming up there, Joe. But thank you so much again for joining me on Wake Up Call.
Oh, pleasure, as it always is. I'll be back with you on Tuesday. Looking forward to it already.
So we will be back tonight, of course, for Cartload, but we will be back together again on Tuesday for Wake Up Call. Have a lovely rest of the day. I will see you at the end of the day, but don't forget, tune in with Debbie and Joe for that craft along. I'm sure you will have a lot of fun with what she's going to be making, but we will see you later on today. Bye.